how the Restream connects to Instagram so that I can go live on Instagram as well. The topic today is serious and very important. Okay, good. I think we are on Instagram. What does it want me to connect with? Hello, everyone. Deep depression today. Deep depression. What to do? Restream is taking me to LinkedIn. That's fine. Okay. We're not going on LinkedIn today. We are going on Restream. Good. Perfect. Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. I'm just going to go to see how this looks like on the... Okay, you can see me. I didn't even, talk about it, about deep depression yet. By the way, I have no life in all of my 3 years of practice about deep depression. But yesterday I had a consultation, a 15 minutes consultation that I offer to clients. And something came up that I realized that people need to hear this. People can have depression that is not showing up that much, but for a lot of us, me included, I had deep depression when I was about 27, from 27 till 29. And I remember, hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Sophia. Thank you, Slava. Thank you. Please, girls, if you have anyone in deep depression, what does that mean? Deep depression. It's when we lose any hope and we deny the help. Subconsciously, it means we gave up. Not on life yet. We gave up on ourselves. Depression, when it's deep, we start to deny any help. Technically, we know what to do. We are not talking about logic. Logically, you ask depressed people and they will tell you they know what they need to do. They know they need to go out more, to meditate, to practice mindfulness. They all know it. The 5 or 10% of their mind still works great. But the subconscious mind gave up. I am giving up on myself. And if I'm giving up on myself, no one can help me. These are the thoughts that are going off in the depressed mind. When I had a consultation yesterday, it was the lady, beautiful woman. You could say that she wants to live. And she tells me this phrase, the first phrase, I have tried everything. Is that true? Is that true that she has tried everything? No, but to her mind, it feels like she did. I have tried everything and nothing really works. When people tell you that, or you tell yourself that, I have tried everything and nothing really works, we are lying to ourselves. So by that phrase, I could already see that the person lies to themselves about a lot of other things. And I'm not lovable, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy. And when I asked her, well, when did that start? When did deep depression start? And she says, well, from a very early age, I realized I don't really connect. I don't really belong. So who saw my story today when Marco was trying to put the cheese ball, right? And it just reminded me like, oh my goodness, this is how people with depression feel. I don't belong. I don't belong in this world. Subconscious mind usually we get depressed because we are not ourselves. So technically lots of roles could be abuse, could be traumatic experience from childhood. Depression doesn't come out of connection from childhood. If the child felt connected, if their need to be loved was met, they rarely become depressed unless there is something that happened in their life in adulthood. Losing loved ones could be a strong attachment, by the way, right? I had a client who was very happy, who was very, very attached to their parent. And when the parent passed away, they felt highly depressed because they have lost themselves in the parent, right? I am one with my parent. That's not true. That only happens until birth, right? When the first separation happens is the birth. Because before that, mom and the child is one body, right? They feel connected, feel the same. So when you start to be attached, you can lose your identity in someone else. That could be the cause of depression, even if the child felt a deep sense of feeling loved, right, and feeling protected. However, for many people, for many of us, we don't. For many of people, we don't feel deeply connected. So we start to feel like there is something wrong with us. One strong belief in deep depression: there is something wrong with me. I have a faulty brain. Everyone looks good and I'm not. Everyone feels happy and I'm not. When we give up on ourselves, we give up on ourselves. We don't know who we are. We don't know who we are. When the lady said, the only thing that sparks my heart, she's telling me in the consultation, the only thing that sparks my heart is when I travel. When I travel, I feel excited. But 3 years ago, it stopped exciting me. Even the travel stopped exciting me. So here is what it is about traveling. When the person who is deeply depressed is finding a release in some sort of activity, it's another way to run away from reality. For a couple of days or weeks, she would go and travel outside of the country, outside of the city. She would get excited because when I am somewhere else, I can be myself. I don't have to play any roles. The responsibilities, my life is gone. I'm going to put it aside. I'm going to live this life on the beach, in the country, running away from reality. However, if we do not pay attention to depression, we do not pay attention to what depression is telling us, what happens? It starts to talk louder. When we don't pay attention to our symptoms, physical symptoms, they start to speak louder. In this case, I asked her, what is so good about that anxiety? That triggered her a lot. That triggered her because she didn't want to hear that. What is so good about that anxiety, about that depression? She's like, well, nothing is good. Nothing is. No. I want you to really sink in this question. What is so good about that anxiety? And you can ask yourself about that, about anything. If I have anxiety, I ask myself, what's so good about that anxiety? What is so good about that anxiety? What am I protecting myself from? What is this anxiety is helping me with? And there is always a positive intention behind any symptom, even the deep, deep depression, even the suicidal thoughts. Behind it is the desire for release, is a desire for saving. So usually when I talked with the lady, I already realized that she wants to put responsibility for her healing on me. The deep denial that she felt was in when I started to tell her, well, how do you talk to yourself, right? Or what sparks your heart? What is happening in your life? She started to say, I've already heard all of the things that you say to me. Tell me something new. When she asked me, tell me something new, I realized that isn't that the same with vacations? Every time she would book vacations and traveling, she would get something new. She would not travel to the same spot. She would travel to something different spots. She always wanted something new. The hook on adrenaline, right? I need something new, something new. So you can find people in deep depression sometimes being addicted to adrenaline spikes, right? Could be sex addiction, could be extreme sports addiction. I need that spike all the time. Need that spike all the time. So when she told me, tell me something new, tell me something that will save me. In deep depression, and I'm not talking about depressed state, I'm talking about deep depression where we give up first on ourselves. And if we don't find a way out, sometimes people decide to give up on life. In deep depression, we need to listen to the depression. We need to listen to it. What is it trying to tell me? Usually we lose ourselves in taking care of our loved ones and not ourselves. Sometimes prioritizing someone else and not ourselves. Sometimes moms can feel deeply depressed when they gave their all to their kids. 3, 4 kids, I give them all. I give everything to my husband. But where is me? I don't know. The blurred boundaries, right? The blurred boundaries. So deep depression, no one is protected from it, right? Everyone can be prone to these crises. Sometimes it's sudden. So people were very, very happy and then suddenly became deeply depressed. That can happen. Like a collapse of our world. Usually depression is telling you one single thing. You cannot live your life the way you lived. That's it. You cannot live your life. You can't run on old beliefs and expect for the things to happen, expect for the happiness to happen. So technically, when she was depressed, the body was telling her, the mind was telling, hey, make changes. Hey, go and make changes. Do something about your life. And when we don't hear, to our bodies, when we put our needs aside, that's when she felt more and more deeply ingrained in those beliefs. I'm not worthy of life. I'm not worthy of living this life. Everyone is worthy of living this life. If the universe puts you here, you are worthy of living this life. Even in the moments when we believe that, this is a horrible person, they don't deserve to be living, horrible things are not happening out of a lovely childhood. So we would all be capable of doing horrible things under certain circumstances. How to get out of deep depression? What to do? If you're, for example, working with people or you're having someone from your loved ones, what to do, right? In this form of deep depression, right? First of all, is when people are not blamed, right? We don't blame, oh, you're negative or you're depressed. You need to do something with this depression. You need to get rid of it. You can't, no. People who get rid of anxiety or depression, they develop something else. They develop physical symptoms. Remember that mental level is a mental level. Physical level is the next level. Mental, emotional, mental, energy, emotion, body. So if you miss out on mental, we have shut it down, suppress it, numb it, okay. What is the next level? Emotion as well. I'm going to numb it, shut it down, drinking, shopping, whatever. And then the next one is the physical. And the physical is something that you cannot ignore at all. The physical is when we have physical symptom, it hurts. It's physically hurts. Mental problems can also physically hurt for sure, but they're mental. We kind of start to shut it down. We have these strategies starting from alcohol, addictions, suppressing, numbing, distractions, hard working, running in life, always doing something, because slowing down is scary. When we slow down, we have to be, with ourselves. Usually people with deep depression, they start to get angry and resentful. What does that mean? That they start to get frustrated with the advices that we give them. Right? So when don't no matter what you tell them, they get frustrated. They fall in even into the deepest victim role. Into the deepest victim role. So no, I know it might sound weird for somebody, but in depression, if it's your friend, if it's your loved one, if it's your client, go right there. Go right there. I tell that lay in bed with their depression, right? Lay in bed with their depression. Become intimate with the depression. It's a concept. It's a concept to embrace, which means that explore depression. What is it trying to tell you? Not that you're not worthy. Absolutely not. Not that you're not good enough or you're not deserving of living this life. You're not deserve happiness. No, no, no. Depression is usually telling you, hey, choose yourself. Fuck them all. That's what usually depression is telling you. You can be anyone. The things that wasn't available to you now. I know that somatic experience, Peter Levine is on the forefront of somatic experience in the body-oriented therapy. He was having this beautiful practice that and I'm going to tell you that practice. Usually depression is something is not available to me, right? There's something wrong with me. Someone has happiness and I don't. We need to take something. For example, I'm going to take this microphone. So this is a microphone, but you can put a meaning into this microphone. For example, this is the toy that I always wanted. My mom didn't give it to me. Or this is the trip that I really wanted to go on as a child, but I wasn't taken there. Whatever, right? Something that I wanted that wasn't given to me. Love, care, protection, safety. So you put a meaning into an object. It could be a pen. We are working on a deep somatic experiencing, on the body-oriented therapy. You put it, and as you put it on the table, you take it in your hand and you play with it. Imagining like it's what you couldn't have in childhood. Because deep depression comes from childhood needs not being met. Maybe it's a feeling of being special. Maybe it's a feeling of feeling important. Maybe money, whatever, right? You can put anything and you play with it. Yes, I can have it. Yes, I deserve to have it. Yes, it's mine. Yeah. It's good. I allow myself. I'm allowed to have it because I allow myself to have it now. I allow myself to have this. It's beautiful. It's available to me at any moment. Look how beautiful it is. And it can be a pen. It can be anything. Yes, I can have it. Something that was taken away from us. Maybe it's your body. If it's a sexual abuse, maybe this is the object, the image of your body in sexual abuse, and that could be the root cause of deep depression. In sexual abuse, we often believe we are disgusting. I'm disgusting. I'm disgusted with my body. I need to disappear, right? Sometimes people develop anorexia, eating disorders, strong OCD, obsessive compulsive disorders, obsessing about something, right? So maybe it's the image of your body. Yes, it's mine. I can have it. I can enjoy it. Maybe it's a pleasure that was taken away from you, right? In sexual abuse as well, pleasure is taken away from us. We believe we don't deserve pleasure. You say, it's mine. I can have it. I deserve to have it. Maybe it's a pleasure. So, this exercise usually is good to be, you can do it by yourself at home. Just take an object, imagine that it's something that you were deprived of. Attention, could be attention, could be sex, could be whatever it is, whatever you're struggling with right now, and really practicing having it. First, in your mind, everything is created twice. And then in the reality. First in our mind, then in the reality. What else can you do in the deep depression? When we have deep, depressed, negative thoughts, right? Any positive thoughts that we have, they don't have any power. They don't have any power, right? So usually exploring your body. Depression is when we kind of go out, right? We are like deeply disconnected from our body. So body therapy, yoga, anything. You can even sit at home and touch your body, really. But in deep depression, we are disgusted with ourselves. We hate ourselves so much. Then we reject every part of us, mind, body, spirit. And so reconnecting back to the body. And it's hard for a deeply depressed person to go to yoga class. I understand that. But sitting at home and exploring your body and touching your body, what feels good. It's going to be very unfamiliar first. It's going to be really, people will get triggered. I can't even touch, I can't even look at myself in the mirror. Well, that's when we need to start. First, getting comfortable with looking at yourself in the mirror. In deep depression, we sometimes believe no one can help us. No one can save us. You're right. No one but you. If I start to do something for myself, right? If I start to really, I don't know, seek help, seek different options, right? Or right, if I do that, I'm going to be disappointed again. Going to be disappointed again because no one really can help us but my own mind. So in deep depression, there is always hope. If you're waking up in the morning and you are taking a conscious deep breath in and out, there is always hope. Always hope. Somehow, something is still there inside of us, begging for help. Your soul inside of you still asks for help, begging for help, in pain. Please, 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 please help me. Talk to me nicer. Please, please. That child, I had a session with a person who is in depression. And here's what we found. When we go into the last inner child healing, right? Hypnotherapy often uses this method. Inner child healing, when we take the child from the home, from the abuse, from the neglect, from the criticism and judgment, right? We take that child and we bring the child into our life. And when we do that, that client who was depressed couldn't go there. They couldn't see the child. I can't. She's not turning to me, right? Because I usually lead them and I say that child is looking at you. That beautiful child is looking, the child recognizes you and you recognize yourself. But they say, the child is not looking at me. Can you imagine the image? The child turned their head, turned their back at them. I reject that child. What is there? What is there about that child? What is such a huge shame and guilt is connected to deep depression? So there was something that was ingrained by parenting, by that I am a bad person. I don't deserve to be here. I need to punish myself. I need to punish myself with whatever, not allowing myself happiness, not allowing myself pleasure, whatever it is. enjoyment, excitement, life. I don't allow myself to live. So you see, in those clients, they will either the face will be blurred, they don't remember how the child looked like because they repressed, right? Repressed the memory from the childhood back. And so what people usually do in deep depression, people usually choose to take medication, which is going to help at some point, especially if you are with suicidal thoughts, when there is like, okay, you're giving up on life now. People take medication. Medication helps with not getting too bad, with not getting it too bad. But medication never helps with your thoughts. Unfortunately, there is no pill for your thoughts yet. You are the pill. You are the pill for your thoughts. In depression, it's very important to eat lots of fat, a healthy fat. This is the body-oriented advice. Why that happens. When people in depression, imagine I need a brain the shape of a brain. I need it. I need to buy it on Amazon. So imagine this is the brain. Well, let me see like this. So this is the brain. This is the spine. You eat the food, and the food goes up and first goes to to that primal brain, amygdala, right? It has to serve the survival brain first. Any minerals, vitamins, look, anything, energy needs to serve the first brain, the anxious, ancient first brain. Then it goes further into our memory, emotional brains, right? All the parts of our brain responsible for that. And then to the neocortex. And then to the prefrontal cortex, your conscious mind. The decisions, the options, realizing you have a choice, acting like an adult. All of this is happening right here, right here. So if you eat junk food, sugar, cupcakes, like all of these things that are very fast, they're only gonna be serving this brain. Maybe a little bit of emotional, because you're gonna be spiking emotions, right? But it's not gonna go here. And if it doesn't go here, you don't have the ability to make decision. I mean, I decide to go out, for example, I decide to meditate. That's a conscious choice. Conscious choice. And if you don't eat the food that services this part of the brain, then the body cannot do what it cannot do. So what services? What kind of food services this brain? Fat. Fat. The food that stays long, right? Fat, not the fat from McDonald's, but the fat from healthy food. I know, avocado, some oils, that are healthy. Meat, fat. If you don't eat meat, if you are vegetarian or vegan, then you need to find that healthy fat, the substitute that can help you. You'll notice in 7 days, huge difference, 72 hours to see the difference from the change of nutritional. So if you are in a deep depression, you have someone in a deep depression, right? If they're eating junk and they're going to be drawn towards junk. That's the thing. The anxious brain wants that. It craves that spike down. But you need to give it so start with that. It could be something even very tasty. Could be a piece of steak, could be something, but it really nurtures your body. Could be a piece of butter, piece of good butter on a healthy cracker, whatever. But that helps a lot, servicing that first in order for you to make decision. Oh yes, I'm going to go there. Oh yes, maybe the sun is shining, maybe I'm going to go outside. But without, this brain doesn't have any willpower. because it doesn't have any energy to function. So that's it. That's from the body therapy, right? Everything that was not given to you in depression, it's something was taken away from you. Your body, your mind, your dignity, confidence. It's like someone was like, right, depriving you of love, attention. Sometimes we have a benefit of staying in the depression. The secondary benefit of staying in the depression is someone is taking care of me. So when I complain, when I brag about my problem, right? I'm just going on with this life, I'm having my own maybe small circle of friends. Maybe I still call my mom and say how bad I feel, right? Or I have a husband or a wife right aside, and I'm just bragging. And when I'm bragging, they sympathize with me. And when they sympathize, we feel like we're taken care of. Very often, people who are depressed, they will go to emergency room very often. Because when I sit in the emergency room, people are taking care of me. These nurses, they're kind to me. I feel like I matter. I feel like someone cares about me. So there could be a secondary benefit, drawing attention from my partner, drawing attention from my parents, drawing attention from my kids. We can manipulate kids. Kids grow up, and we still draw attention. Now you give me attention. I sacrificed my life for you. Now you sacrifice your life for me. Broken family system, right? But so very often you will see the secondary benefit of being deeply depressed. I want attention. Give me attention. I will be negative here so you can sympathize. You can feed on that victim, and you can, but that's what actually draws us back into the vicious cycle. If a person, it's good to seek help. So someone can get really interested in this, in this type of depression that you have. It's unique to you. Your thoughts, your beliefs, they are unique to you. And you get curious. I'm going to become curious about depression. What is it trying to tell me? What is protecting me from? Maybe if I'm not depressed, maybe if I'm finding the spark of life, maybe I'm doing things that I love, maybe, then no one will care about me like they do now. No one is really looking after me, right? So depression can have a secondary benefit of not taking responsibility for life. So it's unique. Please look into your life. Sometimes people do come out of depression. There's some changes in life. They come out of the depression, but they didn't realize the root cause, which means that it's going to come back. There are some moments when the excitement is not there, but when their life became very routine, the depression is back. Depression is back to remind, oh, no, you didn't work through that root cause yet. Now, here it is. Do it again. So it's very important. I wanted to share this with you. Yes, in deep depression, it's extremely hard to make decisions. It feels like, and I know because I felt that. I felt disconnection from my child. I felt postpartum depression where I was having a child right on my arms, 1 month-old child, and I was looking horror movies. Still have some nightmares about it, but yes, because I needed that deepening of the pain, confirmation of the pain that I have. We first have the belief, and then it shows up in the reality. Deeply depressed people believe that there is something has to happen so that I change my belief. The doctor will heal me, the nurse will take care of me, my partner will love me, and then I'll become happy. Someone has to fix my brain, and then I will become happy. But it's the other way around. I look here. I deserve to be here. I have a strength, I have an ability to heal my life. I have that ability. Yes, I can help. I can seek help. I can go, community, right? We know that community is one of the strongest cures for depression, right? Community. However, sometimes we also need to be within ourselves and look inside. You can work on all levels: mental, emotional, and body. Body is returning back that control, returning back the control that was taken away. And then you can work on emotional level, which is tapping. Emotional level could be, there are lots of modalities. And then the mental level is working with the belief system. Working with the belief. There's something, if the person is in depression for years, there is a benefit from it. The person is benefiting somehow from the depression. And it's really hard for them to hear that. It's extremely hard for them to hear that. They get frustrated, they get angry, they start to blame. Oh, this is Kate, he's blaming me, right? No, I'm just bringing you to the reality. If you have a condition, physical condition, problem in your life, there is a benefit. You are benefiting from it all the time. Behind every symptom, there is a positive intention. Yes. And if you find that positive intention, if you find that, you will not blame yourself for that, because you will realize, oh my goodness, my mind is fascinating. My mind is beautiful. It actually is doing such a stellar job of helping me. It's actually like, wow, it came up with this whole illusion, depressed state, in order to protect me from something. Wow. Fascinating. Thank you, brain. But now it's time to draw the illusions away and to finally live the life that you deserve. No matter what happens to us in childhood, it's what perspective we have about that event. It's not about what happens, it's about how you see what happens. Remember that. So, I love you all. Please be healthy, emotionally and physically. Take care of yourself. Choose yourself. And watch and send this video if someone needs to hear that. Taking small steps. There is no magic pill. No magic pill for your thoughts and for your beliefs. But we want it. We really want it. Even though I believe that RTT hypnotherapy is one of the strongest, most powerful tools to overcome some limiting beliefs, I still believe there is no magic pill for your thoughts. Your thoughts are yours for you to resolve. So if you had trauma, childhood trauma, here is what you need to know. There is a responsibility for what happened on those who hurt you. But the responsibility to heal the trauma is on you. The responsibility for what happened can be put on someone: parents, abusers, narcissists, husbands, whatever, wives. But the responsibility to heal the trauma is only on you, not the other way around. And we don't want to take that. We want to blame. That's all on them. Yes, they have the responsibility for what happened, and they will pay for that. But responsibility to heal is only on you. You are responsible for your healing. No one else's. And sometimes people believe that, well, if they acknowledge that they hurt me, then I'm going to be happy. No, you won't. Because your thoughts haven't changed about yourself. If someone acknowledges what they did to you, it doesn't change the thought process that you have. It can release a little bit of that anger and resentment, but it's not going to change the thoughts. It's not going to change the belief that I'm not worthy. It's not going to change the belief that I'm not good enough. So sometimes we seek validation from parents, acceptance, whatever, from anyone. We want something to acknowledge how much it hurt. But the responsibility is on you. For healing is on you. No one can do it but you. And when you realize that, you feel unlimited, unrestricted, unlimited. You feel so empowered. You feel like, oh my God, I have all the power. I don't even have to give any power to anyone else. I have the power. So please take care of yourself. Depression is a language, the language that is trying to tell you something. Interpret the language, and you will be able to see something that you have not noticed before. I love you all.